Sup everybody, it's your boy Corey, aka GQ Saint, back from another reaction video. Yeah, don't want to take too long with this. This is a video for the cause and wonder. I meant to react this video the other day when I got back home, but I got back home pretty late. What it is Marvel just confirmed MCU reboot, and sooner than you think. I don't want to talk too long. I'm going to try to talk to it on the video, but my personal preference, I believe it's going to take place after Secret Wars. That's what I believe. Anyway, let's dive on the video. You already know, special question, have a comment below. Let me know what you had to. I just hope they don't try to get rid of all the woke stuff, because that's what costs them a lot of money. Anyway, let's get it.
So Marvel has confirmed that we are getting a reboot in the MCU. In fact, it sounds like we're getting it sooner than we thought. And in a weird way, it kind of sounds like right now we can kind of ignore the title Phase 6.
I think it is Secret Wars. It's going to be a whole different universe is going to be made. Because according to the Russo brothers, a new beginning is starting, a fresh start. Now, other executives at Marvel Studios like Brad Winderbaum, head of Marvel Television, have addressed the reports that Marvel Studios is going to do a reboot of the MCU. And for those who were worried that they were going to do a complete and entire reboot, fear not. Brad Winderbaum confirmed they're not going to do that. They're not just going to wipe everything and start fresh. Now, there is an argument that completely starting over from scratch would be a good thing to do for Marvel Studios, but in a way you can do that with a soft reboot, while at the same time a soft reboot allows us to remember the past of the MCU and keep it all canon. Plus, Marvel has to keep certain characters that still have a lot of movies left in their contracts, like Tom Holland's Spider-Man. So I do believe that this is the way to go, and now the Russo brothers have revealed that they are basically charged with ending basically the multiverse story that we have right now and starting a new story, starting the new MCU, which is probably for the best because the multiverse saga has been kind of chaotic and all over the place. And it looks like the Russo brothers are going to not exactly you understand what they doing with some releases. Yeah, that's what messes up.
MCU, you can't just act like none of it happened, but they are essentially doing a fresh new story for Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. And in a recent interview, they explained that and confirmed they are going to reboot the MCU. And they even talked about their future moving forward. In a recent interview for their movie that just came out, The Electric State, like always, the Russo brothers were asked questions about the upcoming Avengers films, Doomsday and Secret Wars. But for this question, they were specifically asked about what brought him, Joe Russo, and his brother, Anthony Russo, back to the MCU. And it sounds like Marvel Studios basically said, hey, if you come back to the MCU, you can essentially restart it, do your own story for how you want to essentially end the MCU, and then handle how it picks up.
Just make it like a super, what's supposed to be a superhero movie.
What's compelling about these two new Avengers movies is they're a beginning. He continued and stated, it's a new beginning. We told an ending story, now we're going to tell a beginning story. Now, the ending story that Joe Russo is talking about here is, of course, Avengers Endgame, which people did know. It was the end of an era. It was the end of the Infinity Saga. And while the beginning of the next saga might not have gone how a lot of people expected it to go, it was indeed a new story. But now it looks like Marvel kind of wants to put that overall story that wasn't exactly that well connected to bed. Because as Joe Russo said, these new Avengers movies are a new beginning. Now, of course, you can't have a new beginning without an end to the stories that have come before Doomsday and Secret Wars.
She-Hulk was a disaster as well.
These next two Avengers films are going to reboot the MCU.
It was
When they're done, we're going to have
I like the Black Widow more than the Marvels, though. I just didn't like how they did, how the Taskmaster.
And this makes sense if you consider what Marvel Studios most likely wants for Avengers Secret Wars, and that is to have everybody in it. There are a lot of restrictions that Marvel Studios can place upon themselves if they want to wait till the next saga to introduce characters like the new X-Men team. And a lot of us thought that it was pretty weird that Marvel Studios decided to introduce our new Fantastic Four team, who was going to survive the reboot, but not any new X-Men characters. We knew that old Fox X-Men characters would return, and we'd get some variants of some X-Men.
It's weird seeing a thing in full uniform. I can't get used to that. I used to see him at least shirtless. At least with some pants on. I seen him with pants on more, just that Trump Speedo he had in the combos. Like
that was before the Russo brothers came in,
now you see him in full uniform.
And it seems like Kevin Feige agreed, and now the Russo brothers are responsible for ending the multiverse saga and starting the new one. And the Russo brothers even said in that same interview, who knows where it will go from there.
maybe it will be another 5
Get the
years. I
X-Men
think
back
we
to
just
what-
needed that time
bring
and
X-Men, make them
to
good
figure
again.
out where it needed to go next.
Dark
and the
Phoenix
only
was
thing that
trash to
brought us
me. I
back
didn't like
was
Dark
the right
Phoenix.
story. Now, this falls in line with the report that we heard several months ago from industry insider Daniel RPK, where he stated that Marvel wants the Russo brothers to handle the beginning
I
of
think
the
they are
next
going to bring
era,
back Savage
what Kevin
Hulk,
Feige
which we
deemed
need
as the
Savage
Mutant
Hulk
era,
back.
and what is essentially the start of a new universe. So this all lines up now. The Russo brothers have revealed that in Avengers Doomsday and or Avengers Secret Wars, they are ending what came before, and this is a new beginning for a new chapter in the MCU. But again, do not worry about a full MCU reboot. Marvel executive Brad Winderbaum confirmed they will not do that. In an interview for Daredevil Born Again, he was asked what his thoughts were about a full MCU reboot and if Marvel Studios would consider doing that. And he stated, "Look, I've been a comic book fan since I was 12 years old, and I've seen what happens at comic companies when things get full reboots, right? And the truth is, every time there's been a full reboot,
that's how it was throughout the
or
most of the
DC
movie
in particular, but it always feels like you
we
can't
expected
really
more.
fully reboot anything. The classics always
Shang-Chi
come back
was
around.
good, wasn't
It's
he?
a
I
very
like
difficult
Shang-Chi.
thing to do to a living, breathing, fictional universe to just start from scratch because of all the fan investment and love for the stories that have come so far. So right there, confirmation from an executive at Marvel Studios, they're not just gonna fully reboot the MCU. They're not gonna get rid of the characters and the stories that we've come to know and love and invest in, as he puts, over all of these years. So we don't have to fear about the stories of Iron Man and Captain America and the first Avengers and everything else essentially being erased from history. They're not gonna do that. However, a soft reboot does give us a new universe.
Glad to make
play
decisions
in,
like
a
to
new universe
recast
where
T'Challa.
the Avengers exist
But I
alongside
think it's going to be
mutants and
T'Challa
the
from a
X-Men.
different universe.
Here's what you can expect to pay for your tax prep.
Wait, this is backwards. My last tax
I
guy
know
only ever told me the
originally
price
this is bad,
after
but
he was
originally they
paid.
wanted him
So the
to
X-Men
honor
and
him, not to
Fantastic
recast
Four,
him.
and
But
anybody
they
else that
see
Marvel
right now
Studios
that
wants
was a
to throw into
mistake.
that,
Did not
they can.
not
And this
recast
also
him for
helps
the
make sense
Black
of a lot
for the
of other
second
things
Black
that Marvel
Panther movie.
Studios
So
has
that was a
done,
mistake.
whether that was intentionally a part of their
So I'm
plans
glad they
or
realized
not.
actually
Like
bringing
I mentioned
T'Challa
before,
actually
the
back.
Fantastic Four showing up in the MCU, but not the new X-Men.
The best
was a
character
little
of Comic
confusing
Era was
because we knew
definitely-
there would be a soft reboot.
was
So
definitely
them
Angela
showing up
Bassett's
was the
character,
first sign
Ramona.
that
She
not
was the
everything was
best
going to
character
be
out of everybody.
completely rebooted, and characters would survive this. But now it sounds like the Russo brothers have complete liberty to do anything that they want. Telling a beginning story gives you that freedom, and Avengers Doomsday is the perfect opportunity to do that, destroying not just
A lot of
the
people were so
universe that
shocked.
we've
Like,
come
I was
to know
shocked
for
as
over
well
a
too.
decade, but the entire multiverse
My grandmother,
that
she
surrounds
was
it. Then
Iron
building
Man,
a
but
new
she
universe,
was
a
mad
new
at that. Showed her
beginning
that she was
from
mad
there.
at that
But
when
you
he
keep
playing
some of the
he's
old
gonna play Dr.
characters
Doom.
from
So,
the
oh
old
no, she was
universe,
so
and
mad
you
at
keep
that.
some of the old locations. That way, you don't
She loves-
entirely
she's a-
forget
yeah, she's a big
and you
Marvel
honor
fan.
what happened in the past. And this is great because now we can have the new X-Men characters show up in Avengers Secret Wars and survive the reboot, because it sounds like at that point in time the reboot will have already happened. And I gotta say, I actually do like this, and I've seen a lot of people say the same thing online, because at the end of the day, whether you have enjoyed everything from Marvel since Phase 4 or not, the overall story of the
it was
MCU
just
has
too
suffered.
silly.
The connectivity has suffered.
This is the final
and that's
battle like
because,
that now.
well, Marvel went through a lot of different changes which were very challenging. They had to introduce Disney
the
Plus
character
content,
Zeus,
and they put
this
out
was
way
a
too much.
letdown.
Disney has acknowledged
You know,
this.
Russell
now.
Crowe,
The
he is
story
very
of
good
the overall
actor.
MCU
I
and
expect we
individual
just
stories
expect
as
him
well got a
more,
little
better.
convoluted, and then of course you had the whole thing happen with Jonathan Majors, which made Marvel Studios decide to pivot away
Yeah.
from Kang. Enter Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom as the one and only main villain of the multiverse saga. I actually think that
He was the best.
probably
His
still
acting
coming
was
in
the
when
best out of
Kang
everybody
was
in that
still
movie,
here,
Jonathan
which would
Majors.
have been
He's a
cool,
great
but
actor.
now it's just Doom. Secret Wars has always been about Doom. Both
It'll be
versions
better
from the
they had
comics.
him
and
fight
Marvel is now
Dr. Doom,
essentially
though.
pruning
I'm looking
everything
towards
that didn't
that
work
idea.
before in the multiverse saga and starting anew. And according to the Russo brothers, that is happening in Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, our new beginning of the MCU. And then it sounds like they're going to stick around and kind of handle the beginning of that next new universe after Secret Wars, which I think is going to be really great for continuity purposes. And they'll have a great game plan moving forward with how one universe ends and the next begins, because the Russo brothers are responsible for both. So rather than just having the Russo brothers in the multiverse saga, then getting somebody else to come in and pick up from where they left off and start a new saga, the Russo brothers just handle it all. That way it's a smooth transition, and I think this is the best way to go. And the fact that Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars are going to be a new beginning for the MCU makes me even more excited to see what Marvel and the Russo brothers and Stephen McFeely have in store for us. But go ahead, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Does this sound good or bad to you? Do you like it or not?
And I hope they do. They got the Battle World on Secret Wars. You don't know what Battle World is? Look it up. And I wonder who, and they got to add the Beyonder. I wonder who could play the Beyonder. But anyway, I had to stop it right there. But anyway, let me know how you feel about this idea for a reboot. Me, I ain't got no problem with it, especially given how Secret Wars, is supposed to be coming. Well, Secret Wars, and in that, especially, universe, multiverse, I think that's going to end at the end of Secret Wars. But anyway, let me know how you feel about the video, how you guys decide for it, and any characters you want to see in the upcoming movies that's supposed to be coming out soon. Anyway, drop a comment below. Make sure you give a boy a like, comment, and subscribe. Have a fantastic day. Peace.